All right, Matt, can you tell us about your favorite memory here at Mantle?
So there's a lot of memories I have, but I think they all are connected to the one biggest root memory that I have, I guess, which actually happened in this room right here, maybe in this chair. So I had just gotten my real estate license, and I was interviewing different firms, kind of bouncing back and forth between a couple, and I was about to sign with one firm, but I was talking to another agent that used to work here, and he was telling me, oh, I didn't even know you were in real estate. You gotta come talk to Dustin before you make a decision. Come talk to Dustin, you're gonna love Mantle. And he was like, he's super laid back, and he like called Dustin and Blythe and Bonnie all to show me like, I can get people on the phone whenever they're there to help you and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. It's just one little meeting. I'll go and talk to them before I sign papers at this place, thinking, okay, whatever, I'll just make this guy happy. I'm going to sign papers at this place anyways. So at those firms, they talked a lot about gross sales and how much money you're making for that firm and cap rates and all this other stuff and things that kind of were like, okay, it sounds like a Ponzi scheme, or you're really not worried about your agents. You're more worried about just the bottom line and what's coming in, and like asking them about how we would get leads and things like that. So, in addition to working 6 to 8 hours in the office, just listening to people, I also would have to be out in the community trying to find my own leads or pay for my own leads or whatever. And so, that's why I was kind of going back and forth between those two firms to see which one was the lesser of the evil, But then in my interview with Dustin here at Mantle, it was amazing. I asked him, is there a certain percentage of sales that his agents need to make every year? And he pretty much told me he doesn't keep track of that stuff because he's more worried about the agents producing and having a good, a comfortable work environment, as opposed to pressure and sales quotas and things like that. Kind of like taking care of his agents so that way they feel supported, so that they are going out. So in turn, even though there's not pressure to make the sales, they are making the sales because they feel empowered to do so. And he one thing he said that really stuck with me was that it's lonely at the top, and he wants to help bring his friends with him. He wants to help build up people's businesses so that they're successful, so that he has friends at the top and it's not so lonely. And that really resonated with me, and I feel like he's not only saying stuff, but he's backing up his words as well. I've seen him go out of his way to help other agents, to explain things a million times to them, to give them things that they need to help be successful. And I've seen agents just grow and grow and grow. And that being said, you have to put in the work. He's going to reward your good work. He's not just going to let you be a lazy agent and still get things. But I feel like here at Mantle, everybody has this idea of, let's try to help each other out. Let's try to build each other up. We're not really going to stab each other in the back to get a sell over you. There's a lot of referrals going on. There's a lot of questions being asked, and agents are helping each other out because everybody wants to see everybody succeed. So I think, my interview is really the biggest Mantle memory that I have.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Does your boss practice real estate?
Yes, that's the interesting thing. It's funny. Somebody asks, what do you do at Mantle, Dustin? And he'll say, oh, I'm the landscaper and janitor. He does not actually practice real estate. His wife, Bonnie, does, but he does not. He's not actively practicing. No, he just takes care of the offices and, helps the agents by, running comps and doing things like that we need to help us be successful.
Wonderful. Sounds like a good man.
I wouldn't go that far. No, I'm just playing. He's great. Yeah, no, he's got a big heart. He seems pretty intimidating at first, but he does have a big heart. He does care.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.